All right, Matt, our fourth fight on the prelims, and this is one at 135 pounds that there's not a lot to get excited about. I'll start the video off, and I'll be totally honest, and we will start the timer here because you have quick Montel Jackson taking on Felipe Colares. And Matt, we've seen Felipe Colares a couple times in the UFC. I remember previewing his fight with Geraldo de Freitas in his debut, and I actually picked Colares to win. There were plenty of good things to say about him. He lost that fight by decision, and then he won against Domingo Pilarte in a split back in July. So we haven't seen Colares in some time. He's getting a shot here in Raleigh against Montel Jackson, who's faced tougher competition.
Oh, yeah.
It's easy to say that. I mean, yeah, he lost his UFC debut to Ricky Simón, a former LFA, RFA champ at 2 different weight classes. And yeah, you could say, Craig, he lost Uriah Faber, but Ricky Simón's still a decent fighter. And so is Montel Jackson. And in this fight, Montel Jackson's going to have a 6-inch reach advantage. One of the biggest reaches at bantamweight at 75.5 inches. He's taking on a guy in Colares. I don't want to say it's a foregone conclusion that he wins, but he's one of the biggest favorites on the card at minus 625 compared to Colares at plus 430. If Colares is going to get a win, what can you do against a guy in Montel Jackson?
I was going to say, I feel like the odds are justified because Colares has been quite underwhelming in his octagon performances, and Montel Jackson, I mean, like you said, we can't really say enough.
I want to say one thing, about Colares. He's one of those guys that came from Brazil, came from jungle fights, and every now and again you get a diamond in the rough. But for every diamond, there are quite a few duds.
There's a lot of duds.
But what can you tell me about that? Like, if you're going to beat Montel Jackson, what do you do? What did Ricky Simón do well?
You beat Ricky Simón, and no, like, I'm not going to sell wolf tickets. Montel Jackson's going to win this. Montel Jackson's kind of like Curtis Millender if he had a ground game to go along with the really good striking. He strikes somewhat similarly to like an Andre Ewell in that division. Very long, very fast on his feet too.
He can put together combos, though.
Exactly, but when he wants to just go for the one big power shot, he's really good at that too. Like, he'll wait and wait and wait and then counter with big punches. So it's kind of a perfect stylistic matchup because Felipe is very hittable. It's not like he's this elusive guy like he's Dominic Cruz or something. And Montel Jackson eventually is going to be able to kind of find that power shot and then go from there. So I just feel like as the fight wears on, Montel Jackson is going to slowly take over. And whether it's a one-sided decision or a stoppage, Montel Jackson has this one.
And the internet has your back at a 692 voters over on Tapology. 92% taking Montel Jackson. We're both going to go with the favorite here. Let us know in the comments if we're totally wrong, and if you want to trash us, go right ahead.
We were the last time there was a massive favorite because Roxanne ended up beating Macy. So
that much is true. All right, you're not going to want to miss our prelim and main card predictions for UFC Raleigh here on YouTube with Fight Night Picks. Let's get into it.